Oh god, no. Don't you dare. Okay. Okay, I saw that. They're doing this, but we have a plan of our own. We get this to resolve and we go up to 4. Yes, okay, there we go. Now we're absolutely glorious. This is gonna get absolutely insane. Now we swing in. Kastral is gonna do bang, bang, bang. And now because our birds go in, we take Kastral. You may put a bird creature onto the battlefield, and it's gonna be the Salvation Swan. The Salvation Swan goes off, and now it's gonna blink our Beza. Salvation Swan, and now look at that. Beza comes back. This is Kastral, the Windcrested. Bird control. Look at my birds. Yeah, Heartfire hero. You might be a hero, but I'm a hero myself. Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode with Man Man, and today we've got a juicer for you. Today we got, is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's definitely a bird. Let's go ahead and dig right in here. All right, we got Kastral the Windcrested, baby. So, of course, we got like an Azorius kind of control shell here. What I kind of noticed about the Kastral the Windcrested is it's not getting a lot of love, and I want to pay a little bit of homage to it. So, let's go ahead and just tap right into the birds. What you'll notice about Kastral, I guess we'll read the card first. Whenever one or more birds you control deal combat damage to a player, choose one. You may put a bird creature from your graveyard or the hand onto the battlefield with a finality counter on it. +1/+1 to kind of beef up the board, or you just get to draw a card. Drawing cards is cool. Now, the thing with Kastral is you have to run birds, right? So what you'll kind of notice is that these like do not synergize very well. I've noticed that birds don't synergize very well because you got the Salvation Swan. This is a bird. Now, this has flash and flying. Whenever it enters the battlefield, exile up to one target creature you control without flying. So that's what's kind of weird. Like, you have to run birds, but then all the birds fly. But then if you want to run Salvation Swan, you have to run something that doesn't fly. So it can't be like a full-blown bird deck. So I thought like Azorius control is just like the natural thing for it. So the best thing that we can do with Salvation Swan is, well, there's two things. The first one is the most obvious. Beza the Bounding Spring. Now, Beza is Wandering Emperor's replacement. It's a mythic 4-drop. Doesn't have flash, obviously, but it is so absurdly amazing. I'm running 4 of them. It is like the Wandering Emperor in a sense that, like, you're never mad that you have it. It's either you're winning and like, okay, cool, you're winning, or you're losing and it just puts you back into every sort of like aspect of the game. I think it's kind of like borderline broken, to be honest with you, but hey, we're going to run 4 of them because it's broken. So create a treasure token if an opponent controls more lands. You gain 4 life if an opponent has more life. Create 2 bodies if an opponent controls more creatures. Draw a card if an opponent has more cards. Like, this is like Sunset Revelry, if you remember that card, on steroids. It is absolutely insane. Nevertheless, this card will absolutely save you in a pinch of just so many things. I do have one Jace just because, like, the Atraxa decks still will outvalue you, so being able to mill them is going to be the only way you win, so I have to run one Jace. Run one. But Salvation Swan does go really well with the Thundertrap Trainer. This card is great, man. Absolutely phenomenal. When this enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them. We do run a decent amount of creatures, so that is kind of nerve-wracking, but just being able to just, like, snag something. You get a body. And then you get to like just get like an Intrude on the Mind, Starfall Invocation, Temporary Lockdown, whatever you need. You just get to snag it. It just like just so much value. And with the Salvation Swan, being able to blink it is really nice. And again, this Hunter, you need to run creatures that don't fly because that's just kind of the way it does that. So the Salvation Swan, Beza, and Thundertrap Trainer is basically what you need with this. But I'm only running 2 because with the Kastral, it does kind of get a little bit weird. So let's go into our new cards here. These are a little awkward because you do have double white and double blue, but I haven't found it to be too big of a problem. I am full-blown running 4 Restless Anchorage and 4 Meticulous Archive just to kind of settle it a little bit, so I do kind of like that. The Mockingbird, this is another cute little bird. I only have it as like a one little lucky 1 silver bullet kind of thing. I don't know exactly if this is the right deck for it, but it is a bird control deck, so we'll go ahead and run it. You may have Mockingbird enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield with mana value lesser than or equal to the amount of mana spent to cast it. So it is worth noting, if you want to copy a 3-drop, you can only go for X equals 2. So X equals 2, but you can still copy 3 drops because it's less than or equal to. So this Mockingbird is pretty awesome. I mean, like I said, I don't know if this is the exact deck that maximizes it, but I'm going to run at least one and we're just going to kind of test it out. Elspeth Smite, because this meta is so fast. And what I love about Elspeth Smite is you get to exile, and we love exiling because those little like mice in the Cacophony Scamp, whenever they die, they get additional things. So exiling is wonderful. Long River's Pull, if you don't want to give them a card to counter target creature spell, give them a card is a small price to pay. We also do that with the Starfall Invocation. What I like to do about the Starfall Invocation, not running Sunfall, probably could run Sunfall, but I'm just kind of trying to run the new cards, so definitely can. Just kind of up to you. Starfall Invocation, whenever you destroy all creatures, you can gift a card. If you have a Beza onto the battlefield, you can just kind of bring it back, which is the best thing you can do with it. Just put back the Beza, and you just gain life, gain everything. It's just so crazy, man. Season of Weeding is nice because you can kind of clear the board again without clearing your own stuff. We do run Intrude on the mine. I have been running this card a lot. I do like this card a lot. It creates a +1/+1 counter for everything that you put into the graveyard after revealing the 2 piles, and it creates tokens. Well, we do have more tokens with the Mirrex and the Fountainport, and the Season of Weaving does not bounce tokens. So, if that's the way you want to go, you can do that. Again, Starfall Invocation can clear the board if you do need tokens, and tokens have temporary lockdown. So if you want to clear the opponent's boards with temporary lockdown, you just kind of have that. But this is the board. I mean, Kastral the Windcrested, I do kind of think that you can maybe go like Jeskai birds or something like that with like just a cat, like just more of like a bird all-in tribal. But this is gonna kind of run the Salvation Swan and go for the Beza. So Azorius control, Beza and birds. Here we go. As always, we're going to give a quick shout out to the Mana Rocks. The Mana Rocks are the patrons and the YouTube channel members. They do help out the channel financially, which just means the absolute world to me. So you just gotta give it up. You just got, you know what? Round of applause for you guys, because you mean the absolute world to me. I know it seems kind of simple and very small. We are a very small channel, but we are growing every single day, and I just thank you so much. Thank you so much. But do just keep in mind that only you can help save the Aether with me, so make sure to leave a like on the video. The button looks just like this. Feel free to join us in the Discord. We have a popping community of a whopping 16 members, and without further ado, let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Zen XD, baby, let's go. Let's get it. Hopefully we can kind of put the Kastral, the Windcrested, into the spotlight in this match. Anchorage. Yes, I don't really have a turn 2 play. I guess we'll keep it. If we are playing against aggro, we definitely just love the temporary lockdown. Got the Fibble Flip sleeves, and I got the Akiora avatar for the style points. You gotta love it, but let's see what we're playing against. Oh, it is going to be red. Okay, anything red, so it could be mice, it could be lizards, it could be mice, or it could just be like red in general, whatever. Let's go and do this. Do your worst. Do your worst, my Heartfire hero. I am, you know what? I'm somewhat of a hero myself. Whoa, wait, whoa. This is Jund? Whoa, Jund. Interesting. Well, Cacophony Scamp. So these things are like one and the same here. These are one and the same. When they die, they just deal damage to your face, pretty much. I guess the Scamp can actually do it to anything, which is worth noting, but I'm gonna waste absolutely no time. I'm just gonna go in for this temporary lockdown. And because you didn't die, you just get exiled. You don't deal any damage to my face, so I kind of love that. But this is interesting, though. The Jund colors are kind of throwing me off here. What's up with that? I guess they have, oh, Aloe Alchemist, okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Salvation Swan, pretty good. Got the Kastral. Guess we'll just kind of pass. Of course, we have our lovely birds, which Kastral, bird control, kind of fits the bill. I mean, if they're just going to do one, I mean, sure. Let's go ahead and wait. Monstrous Rage, yeah, we'll do this. I think we'll just interrupt the Rage. This kind of screws up their Alchemist thing, too, because the Alchemist is plotted, so, I mean, they would actually have to pay 2 for the Alchemist now, which is nice. And they just have another one. Why wouldn't they have another one? Okay, down to 9. Thundertrap Trainer. You know what? I would love to go in for Kastral. There's a plethora of things we do. If we go for Kastral, we can kind of just chuck down the Swan. I mean, that's pretty cool. Put a creature onto the battlefield, but then they have the Monstrous Rage. It's not optimal. I think... let's go for the Thundertrap Trainer here. I know it seems like not great because we don't go for the Offspring here, but if we do get a Parting Gust, I mean, just Parting Gust is just pretty phenomenal, so yeah, I guess we'll just take that, right? I guess no attacks yet. So it is worth noting we'll have to pay 1 for the Parting Gust, but that's a small price to pay for Salvation. Sure. Much more worried about this Parting Gust here. See, I'm not really sure why they're doing this. If they do this, then they just tap out for the Monstrous Rage, because now it costs 2. This is fine. I mean, that's a true blue trade, no damage. I mean, that works for me. Now we go for Parting Gust on you. Sure. They still have a Monstrous Rage, which is not great. Ooh, Season of Weaving. Okay. Think we just pass. No reason to get too crazy here. Obviously, like, we're not in a super, like, amazing spot here, despite kind of the board here. Audacity. Now it has Trample, and then they have Monstrous Rage. So how much power? This 3, and that's a lot of power. That is a lot of power. I don't think we have too much of a choice here. We're just gonna have to counter it. I mean, it's not great. It's not great here. Because they still have the Monstrous Rage. Guess we'll put away the Anchorage. They still have this Monstrous Rage, but I think this is fine, right? We're gonna waste absolutely no time, so I think if I just chump block here... Yeah, we just chump block to absorb some of the damage here, but now we don't have to worry about anything. I think that's probably the best move, and now we got a temporary lockdown. So... do I just drop down the Kastral? Or do I just lock down? You know what? Let's be a little cocky. They have nothing in their hand. I'm doing it. Kastral the Windcrested. Aw, I don't know what I was doing there, but hey. Kastral the Windcrested, this is our Bird Scout. I'm a little nervous, not gonna lie to you. If they top deck into a Monstrous Rage or something. Picnic Ruiner? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, this is crazy. If I don't... Ooh, this is tough. I'm gonna take this. Okay. This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm gonna take this, and the Kastral's gonna go down to 1. Or our life total's gonna go down to 1, excuse me. This is a little dicey. This is a little dicey, and I understand that. So before I go for the temporary lockdown, I guess the Mockingbird is gonna have to be... will get swept up anyway. So let's go in for the lockdown. I wouldn't do this if they even had like a creature land or anything. If they top deck into like a shock or something, well then we're just screwed. But let's swing down. Kastral. So Kastral swings in. Now we get a free Salvation Swan. So I think I'm going to do that instead of doing anything else. Now Kastral, we're going to put down Aven Interrupter or the Mockingbird. I guess we may as well just go for the Interrupter because the Salvation Swan's already got its going on. So... and then the Mockingbird, this doesn't have flash or anything like that, unlike the Mockingbird, but let's just do this. Let's just get something down on the battlefield. So X equals 3. So, nope, X equals 2, excuse me, for a total of 3. And just copy the Aven Interrupter. I mean, it's not, like, amazing. If they top deck into a Lightning Strike, I just cry. Oh, God, no. Don't you dare. Okay. Okay, I saw that. They're doing this, but we have a plan of our own. We've got Kastral, and now we even have the Beza, the Bounding Spring. Hopefully, we get this to resolve, and we go up to 4. Yes, okay, there we go. Now we're absolutely glorious. This is going to get absolutely insane. Now we swing in. Kastral is going to do bang, 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 and now because our birds go in, we take Kastral. You may put a bird creature onto the battlefield, and so it's going to be the Salvation Swan. The Salvation Swan goes off, and now it's going to blink our Beza. Salvation Swan, and now, look at that. Beza comes back. This is Kastral, the Windcrested. Bird control. Look at my birds. Yeah. Heartfire hero, you might be a hero, but I'm a hero myself. And I think we got you here. I think we got you. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything to worry about whatsoever in any capacity. So let's go ahead and swing in. GG, clank them up. GG, clank them up, baby. Oh my god, that was, that was close, but really liking how these birds flying high with Beza, of course. 3 Thundertrap Trainers, baby. All right, you gotta love it. Let's see if this otter is just awesome. Okay, speaking of awesome cards, we got the Mockingbird as well. So we have pretty much all of our new blue creatures full on display. This is not a new creature, but still love it. Do we keep it is the only question. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. I think I'd rather see a land. We're playing against Dimir. I mean, they have like Shelly. Okay, we got a counter spell. We definitely love counter magic. But I'm gonna drop it, man. Thundertrap Trainer, baby. I think it's countered. We have 2 more, so I don't really care. So if they're gonna waste a counter spell, don't really care that much. But this Thundertrap Trainer, I don't know. I don't see a whole lot of people playing it, especially in like control. But I don't know. I think it's pretty phenomenal. Phantom Interference, no problem. Oh, this deck is so evil. I love it. I think I'm just gonna do that. Ooh, well, I guess we could go for 3 steps ahead instead. I guess we'll do that. Fairy Mastermind, huh? Yeah, I guess I'm gonna do this now. It's close, but I think I'm gonna do this. We do have 2 Parting Gusts here. I want to do this before this resolves. So I definitely little risky here. I understand that. I don't want to get rid of my Thundertrap Trainer. I guess we'll get rid of the Parting Gust. The reason I want to keep my Thundertrap Trainer is that we can search for our 4 full play set of what the hell is it called? Hold on. Brain Fart, the 3-drop. What's it called? Hold on. I'm actually like really upset right now. I cannot remember this. While we do take out discard, I guess it'll be the Parting Gust. What's it called? That's crazy. The 3-drop enchantment. It's 2 white, 1 non-colorless. I'm literally having like a freak out right now. I can't remember it. Anyway, let's not freak out. Got the Liliana of the Veil to kind of worry about here. I guess we should just go for double Thundertrap here. I know it seems a little crazy, but we can kind of search out for our big bombs. Parting Gust, we already had one, so not that big a deal. And do I want to hit this Fairy Mastermind? No, I'm going to go for double Thundertrap, man. We're committing to this little otter. Let's see if we can get temporary lockdown. Why can I not remember that? That's a little weird. That's a little weird to me. I literally, for the life of me, could not remember what this was called. And I've used it about 50,000 times. Nevertheless, let's see what we got for the Liliana here. Definitely an issue. Liliana is absolutely a problem. So at least we'll get them 2 things. I know it doesn't seem like much, but two effectively 1/1s versus Liliana. I mean, at least put them into some sort of bind here, right? But if they have Liliana, now I'm not really too worried about the temporary lockdown. I made such a big deal about the lockdown, but now I don't even know if I really want it. It's close. I guess we'll get rid of the Parting Gust here. That is the one thing they kind of know. I mean, Parting Gust versus Get Lost. Yeah, Tide Miner, okay. Let's see if they swing. I would think they do. Oh, they do not. Okay. Definitely swinging in here. Get rid of Tide Miner. Tide Miner seems pretty good for them right now, so that's a little shaky.
I really don't have time for you.
You really don't have time for me, huh, Lily? I could go for Mockingbird. I think I will do that. Let's do that. Mockingbird. Okay, so here's the Mockingbird. X equals 0. Worth noting that you don't... It's X equals to the total mana spent, not less than. So we can do this. And then we can still go in for the Parting Gust here. No. X was supposed to... No. Z, no. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I'm so fucking stupid. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, let's see if we can kind of recover from that. All right, we got a 1/1 flyer. We didn't get. I'm just quite mortified here. I guess it's a blessing in disguise because they had a Phantom Interference. They would have. No, it's not a blessing in disguise. I'm coping. No, I'm coping. I'm coping. This is bad. Nevertheless, I guess we'll just get rid of the Mockingbird. Well, can't Parting Gust on a creature token, so hopefully they attack. I don't think they will, but I saw that was absolutely atrocious. I cannot believe I just goofed that up. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little tired right now, but can't make any excuses. We goofed that up. Let's see if we can kind of make up for it. Guess we'll drop the Demolition Field. Restless Anchorage. So if they have one more like form of removal, they at least have to chump block here. They've got to go for the throat, not the end of the world here. We still get our map token, so I would assume they would do this before the map token, right? So why would you want to give me the map token for free? But I still cannot believe I've screwed up the Mockingbird. I don't know. I couldn't even remember the temporary lockdown's name. Now we're gonna, oh man. Sloppy. Nevertheless, we still get a little map token, so I guess it's not the end of the world. Salvation Swan. We'll go ahead and keep that. The Salvation Swan does kind of go with our Thundertrap Trainer very nicely. If they do want to give up the Lily just for the Thundertrap Trainer, don't love it, but it's fine. Feel free to please roast me. I deserve it. I cannot believe I messed that up, but can't live in the past. We gotta go to the future. Lily, do you want to? Wow, they are. I mean,
I'll take my zombie. Off you go.
Off I go. They're gonna go for the rest. They're gonna go into full offense mode, and they're gonna get rid of my Salvation Swan. But honestly, if I don't have my Thundertrap Trainer, I don't really think I even care that much about it. So, kind of whatever. So if I go for lockdown here, get rid of you, and then I can just go in for the Demolition Field on the Restless Reef. That feels pretty adequate. Let's just do this now, sure. Guess we'll go for, it doesn't really matter too much here, right? It could matter, we have Pain Lane and then 2 non-colored sources, so I guess it could matter here. Guess we'll go white. We do have Parting Gust, so overloading white makes a little bit more sense. one last time. I wonder if we did go for the Thundertrap Trainer, what we would have searched here. Would have been nice to know, but nothing doing right now. I think we're just going to kind of chill out. We do have our lovely Fountainport. Now, Fountainport with the Mirrex do kind of go hand in hand, which is very, very nice. I personally like the Mirrex a little bit more. Let's go for the Mirrex token. And then the Fountainport can actually just sacrifice our little Might token here. Pretty nice. So if you have Fountainport, just, you know, hey, that's a pretty expensive draw 1, but nevertheless, it is a draw 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that costs 7 to draw 1. Not too bad. Not too bad, all things considered, I guess. Intrude on the Mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess 2 blues. Why is it having me do this? That's why I'm not really understanding that. I'm gonna do this right now. And I think I still goofed up yet again. Man, oof. Unbelievably sloppy on my end, right? So I should have tapped, was there any way I can get out of that? No, because I had 2 blue sources. Okay, so that one actually wasn't. I gotta, I'm not gonna lie, guys, it's hard out here. It's hard out here. Very, very tired from work. But, like I said, one day, gonna just try and make this my full-time gig. Will be a very, very long time. Maybe, you know, it's years away. It's not even, like, kind of close, but years away. Hopefully one day, that is the dream. And all this will be worth it. But, until that day comes, I think we can just kind of chill. Yeah, I have a lockdown and a Elspeth Smite. Hopefully I'll never forget the name of this again. Mastermind. Sure, I don't have too much of an option here. This Restless Reef is a little nerve-wracking. I'm down to 10. This Elspeth Smite, hold on. You know what? I mean... so, okay. The Fountainport. Sure, mill me out. Sure, whatever. So it's worth noting, let's do this. The blue fish can actually block, whereas the Mirrex token can't. So I'm gonna block you, and we're gonna go in for the Elspeth Smite. Yeah, baby, and now we actually get a kill there. So Okay, that felt pretty good. And Dark Slick Shores, that is not a Restless Reef, so now we can do this. Lockdown. Get rid of this. I mean, we're slowly but surely, we're kind of making progress into controlling the board. What you got? Please do not show me a Shelly. And it is your avatar, so I'm a little nervous. Okay, nothing. That feels good. We'd rather go for the Mirrex, because I do kind of want to conserve my life total a little bit. Don't have to block yet. And we get a Beza. Okay, we absolutely love this. This is, well, I don't know if we're going to be able to resolve it, but I'm going to try. Let's just go for it right now. Beza, the Bounding Spring. And if you're down in life, if you're down in anything, I mean in real life, not even just the game, you get Beza, and things are just looking marvelous now. We get a nice little draw. Starfall Invocation. Absolutely love it. Swing in. Alright, looking good, looking good. So Beza, like I said, what thing? Mastermind. Yeah, I don't really care that much. Well, if each player is going to draw a card, maybe I... Let's just chill for now. We got another Beza, okay. The thing with Beza is if you have multiples of it, it's like the Wandering Emperor. It's like... you already have another one. Like, you're either winning and you don't care, or you're losing and then it's great. Like, there's never a time where it's bad. The Restless Anchorage I actually can't block here, so that's fine. I think I will take... Ooh, Shelly. Okay, so now that is not what I want to see. So we're probably going to have to go for the Starfall, but that's okay. Let's do this now. So let's sacrifice this token so that I can draw without the punishment of Shelly. So this is actually a little scary, because they could have a counter magic for the Starfall. Actually, I don't even think they could. Draw. We have it 3 steps ahead too, so that's really nice. This is absolutely filthy. So it's like the Beza of the Bounding Spring. Whenever you have multiples of them, it's like Wandering Emperor. You just do not care. You don't care because you're either ahead and you're winning, like congrats, you're winning, or you're behind and it just does everything you could ever want it to. So I'm gonna go in for, let's actually do this. Make sure we kind of absorb some of this. Starfall Invocation. We're going to gift a card. And now we're going to get our Beza back. I mean, that's just like cheating. Yep, sure, whatever. Alright, and now we have it 3 steps ahead. Now we're just kind of right back into it. We just don't really care anymore. We got another Beza. If they drop another big scary thing, we can just go for counter magic. Like, just no matter what they throw at us, we just don't really care. Virtue of Persistence. That is going to be a pretty easy counter spell. Yep, let's just counter this. Yep, no problem. Oh, we have to take Pain? Oh, why did it ask me to auto tap here? We finally take it, but Beza is just the best. Unix. 13 Unix. Alright, so, not really the most optimal hand, but I guess we'll keep it. It's not like bad enough to get rid of, plus we'll surveil and see what we got here. Mirrex. I guess I'm going to keep it. I don't know what we're playing. If we're going against control of some sort, well, it doesn't really strike me as control, so... Alright, so now that we know that we're playing most likely against this, well, Beza, let's keep Beza. Let's get a little bit more information before we do anything crazy. Golgari midrange. Oh, Keen Eye Curator. Interesting. Well, at this point, I definitely want to be able to hold up the Aven Interrupter, so we'll do that. Keen Eye Curator. I mean, this card's just good in general. Don't really want to flash in my Aven Interrupter if they don't play anything, but I would assume they do, so let's go ahead and waste absolutely no time, because this Preacher is annoying. Preacher is very annoying. Ooh, good lockdown. But I think just dropping down the Beza is going to be what we do here, so let's go for the Mirrex and the Beza. Yeah, this is amazing. I mean, we just gained 4 life, and we get a card draw. I mean, oh my god, that's crazy. So now we even get the Salvation Swan as well. Salvation Swan can kind of bounce back the Beza. I don't know. I mean, this feels pretty busted. Like, busted. I guess, you know, I guess Control needed something to replace the Wandering Emperor, and it just so happens that this 4-drop just kind of fills that void completely, so... Bushwhack, kind of rude, not gonna lie. So now they get their Preacher for free again. Ugh, gross. Could you imagine if we still had the Nissa deck with Fabled Passage? Ooh. Well, that's a problem. I can swipe up the Keen-Eye Curator, but that's about it, huh? Okay, that is definitely an issue. I guess we'll go for Archive. I would like to see if I can get... Oh, well, that's not good enough. I could go for Lockdown and get the Curator out of here, but that doesn't really do much. Well, looking a little rough. We're going to need Beza to kind of pull a lot of weight here. What I think I'm going to do is... I think I'm going to do that. We're going to go for the Salvation Swan to hopefully protect our Beza. But could you imagine if, like, the Nissa deck, with all those other lands that rotated out, could you imagine if they had access to Fabled Passage too? That Nissa deck would have been absolutely insane. But they do swing in with the Preacher, and they swing in with the Keen-Eye Curator, which is a little interesting. I mean, we could just trade here, right? I mean... Unless I'm missing something? I don't think so. It's just a good trade. But now we do get our Beza back, of course. And now look at that. 4 more life and 2 creatures there. Gotta love that. The only thing I don't love so much is... I think we just pass. But like I said, the Beza just allows you... It just kicks the can down the road. And when I say kicks the can down the road, I mean it kicks it all the way down a few roads. Because now we just got a lot more time to kind of breathe. Got the Aven Interrupter. I think I do double block here. I'm just really not a fan of this Preacher kind of doing stuff to me every single turn, so. Yeah, I think so. Sure. Don't love it. Death Touch goes through. Be that as it may. This temporary lockdown can kind of reset the board, but not the Flesh Gorger, so... I mean, you might as well go for the Mirrex. In this case, I'd rather have the Fountainport. So it is worth noting, sometimes I prefer Mirrex, sometimes I prefer the Fountainport. And I never prefer to top deck into all this land, that's for sure. So if I go for you... If I go for you, I can bust the map token, but then I can't go for anything else. Kind of gross. Kind of gross, guys. I guess I could go for Restless Anchorage to double block the Flesh Gorger, and then we can just interrupt whatever they have. Cavern Bat. Well, they're going to take the lockdown. No way they don't take the lockdown here, so it's fine. Just take the lockdown, is what it is. I think our plan is still to animate the Restless Anchorage for defense. And then just double block. And then interrupt. Yep. Okay. Do they swing in with the Flesh Gorger? I wonder if they see that play. They don't. Okay. Well, we are going to lose the Anchorage, which is, like, not phenomenal, obviously. But I still kind of like doing this. Yep. Trade the Anchorage for the Flesh Gorger. I think that's fine. Sure. Not optimal. Not optimal, but I think that's kind of what we have to do here. So I'm going to keep the Interrupter. Again, they do see the Interrupter, and I see that I'm drawing a lot of land, which I hate. Passionately. Might as well swing with you, for sure, right? Once they can't animate the Restless Cottage, so we'll swing with you. Sure. Take your lifelink, my friend. I guess we might as well do this now, right? I guess... Because they have 2, doesn't really matter a whole lot. If they have like some sort of like thing that can play at instant speed, I don't think so, right? I think that they're just doing that just to do it, to be nifty. Right? Yeah, right? Yeah, okay. I do the same thing, but still 2 more Restless Cottages, so it's not even like we really gain anything of value here, so. We are at 20 life, so, you know, still fine there. Eventually, we will top deck into something that is not a land, and it is worth noting. I don't know, I mean, they're swinging in with this Deep Cavern Bat, which is a little weird. I do have the lockdown, but, you know, if I slow in here, they go for the throat. I don't think this bat's really doing much, because even the lockdown, the reward for getting this lockdown back is not that high. I'm just going to take it. And it's not great, but like whatever. Is what it is. Go for the Mirrex. Eventually, we will snag something that is not a land. I promise you there's cards that are not lands in this deck. I promise you. For right now, I think we're just going to have to play down the land. And it just sucks, too. What's gut-wrenchingly brutal is that we have to play down the non-exposed card. So now they even know that they're just laughing. They're just having a good old time. But because it is the Seachrome Coast and it comes in tapped, I still think it's better just to reveal it and just get it down versus this, where we might need this more of in a pinch. So, nothing doing yet. Eventually, we'll have to start chump blocking with these fish if we can't snag anything off the top deck of our... We do have plenty of outs, especially because we do have, like, the Thundertrap Trainer. Do I start chump blocking here? I mean, I guess so. At this point, you know, we took 1 damage. They get rid of our Beza, which I do not like at all. I could flash in the Aven Interrupter, but don't think that's the move either. So we'll just chump block. Suppose it's fine. We do have the Mirrex. Again, I would much prefer the Fountainport right now. Sometimes I prefer the Mirrex. Sometimes I prefer the Fountainport. Right now is a... I guess I might as well, right? Yeah, I guess so. Whatever. Sure. Okay. Oh, pain. 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 Literally pain. It's a pain land. So I guess we'll play down this pain land. You can't block, so just swing with you. Whatever. Oh, that's brutal, guys. Guess we'll just, 1, 2... God, it's like 60% lands. Let's see what they want to do here regarding the Mosswood Dread Knight. Harvester of Misery. That's pretty interesting. They could just cast this and kill the whole field, right? I mean, yeah, they could do that, right? Okay. Still cannot do much here, man. This is brutal. I am going to chump block. I'm just going to have to. I don't really care about them eating the graveyard too much here, but I think I'm just going to chump block. You gotta. Don't have... Well, quite literally have 0 choices here. Yep, Dread Knight, do your thing, man. Alright, we are in absolute desperation mode. We gotta just top deck anything that's not a land here. We get a Long River's Pull. This is not gonna do it, though. Like, this is just... Do you go up to 4 poison counters, which is worth noting, but I mean, we're going to need something a little juicier here, because they're almost to the point now where they can start going for double Restless Cottage. Almost to the point. Go for it. Don't care about the food tokens, because at this point, we're just kind of looking more at the Mirrex. Our little Mirrex tokens here. It's just going to have to be a Long River's Pull. Sure, just counter it. Nothing too fancy here. So now they are in that mode where they could go in for double Restless Cottage. So the time has never been more dire. We just need not a land. We just need not a land. Aven Interrupter, I guess it's better than what it could be, right? Can't... I think we have literally gotten so radically unlucky with this match, and we have a chance. I'm going to not lie. I think it's probably over. We can chump block 1 time with the Aven Interrupter. But if they want to pillage the bog, okay, we're actually looking okay here. Okay, so go for the Interrupter. This at least takes away their double Restless Cottage lethal play. They're just gonna go for it once, sure. They're gonna. It's actually worth noting they're gonna have to have some sort of kill spell here, though. Why are you swinging with the bat? I mean, I have the Interrupter here. Like, I don't think there's anything that... Any sort of penalty, at least. So we'll do this, sure. Down to 4 we go. I mean, we do have lethal presented with the Phyrexian Mites. I mean, what do they have here? Bushwhack. Sure. I still have another one coming on the way. So... do they have another Bushwhack? Oh, they do. Good God. All right. So next turn I can go in for double Restless Cottage. We're still in that same boat. We're still in that same exact boat. We're going to need to just top deck something that's not a land. Just anything that's not a land. We do get Beza, and thank God we have Beza. Thank God. Beza is just the greatest. It's just really the greatest. I mean, there's nothing else to say about it. Swing in here. End turn. 9 poison counters. Beza comes to save the day. It's not over, though. It's definitely not over. Especially because they do have Pillage the Bog, which they get to pretty much just grab anything. So, definitely not over. Not by a long shot. I mean, what could they grab here? If they do swipe the board, I have one more Mirrex token to kind of finish out for lethal. And like I said, guys, I mean, no, 0 bombs. We're 22. 38, yeah, 22. 22 cards down, and outside Beza, you know, Beza, but we have none of our top end stuff, so I think we've gotten kind of radically unlucky this match, all things considered. Phyrexian Obliterator, well, that doesn't, well, I guess it does matter a little. Not really, though, right? If they start to, oh, Bushwhack, okay. This is absolutely no problem. This is no problem. Do not care about this, really. All we have to worry about is one toxic thing coming through. So we do this, and I'm actually gonna, yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice my lands. I don't really care, but we get it done. Max Designer. All right, baby, let's get it. That's a pretty good hand. Temporary Lockdown just alleviates all sorts of alleviates a lot of anxiety. Big fan of alliteration on the channel. See if we're going against aggro. Does not appear so. So I'm not really sure exactly what I want to snag with the Thundertrap Trainer, but I know that I do not want to wait for the Offspring. The Offspring Otter. And... that's what I'm talking about. Yawgmoth! Okay, we're playing against Yawgmoth with Azorius control. Feels pretty fitting here. Let's go ahead and take this. Alright, what are we playing against? Thundertrap Trainer. I guess we're going to go in for the Meticulous Archive. I think I'd like to see one more land, so I think this is a little bit better than the Archive drop. Counter Magic. Counter Magic. How much do we like this? I'm going to say no. It's a little unfortunate, but I'd feel a little less anxious if I see 4 lands in my hand. Bandit's Talent. Okay. What do we want to do here? I think we're just going to get rid of the Mockingbird. Of course, the Mockingbird can just come back if we do get our Kastral, and plus our Beza is just kind of the point of the deck, so let's just commit to the Anchorage. Let's not get crazy yet. If they're not going for aggro, we'll just kind of hold still. Another Bandit's Talent. Of course, we do not like that. We can just recuperate card advantage pretty well here, so not too worried about that. I think it's just going to be a Thundertrap Trainer, though. Again, with Beza, I think Beza is just kind of it's kind of just the point of the deck, really. Temporary Lockdown. All right, so should we lock down these bandits? I think so. I think so. If they want to start pumping this up to level 2, level 3, getting rid of both of them, plus I don't think any little dudes are coming out. Maybe like a Tiny Bones. Do people still run Tiny Bones? No, they run Shelly's, which is completely fine. Do you want to Parting Gust this before I draw is the question. If I top deck it into an untapped land, we can go for Beza, so I'm going to say no. I think I would rather just kind of go in for Beza. Unfortunately, we do not, so I do take the 2 damage. I don't think that's going to matter, but we'll see. And you know what, let's actually just wait here, because if we've already kind of given them some free damage. So if I go for Parting Gust, they're not running Dimir, so like I don't have to worry about a counter spell. I think I'd rather just give them a tap fish now. 1 damage is 1 damage. So now that, yeah, we alleviate that, because they would have had Summoning Sickness. And, you know, I don't know how this game's going to go. Nevertheless, we do get our Beza, the Bounding Spring. Beza, the Bounding Spring. Absolutely love this card. If they do not have a kill spell, which... oh, look at another Beza. I was going to say, if they had a kill spell, by the time this resolves, they would not have let us have another card. Phyrexian Fleshgorger, okay. I've got 2 Thunder Traps and 2 Bezas. I think we are just going to go ahead and drop you. Pretty interesting what I want to do here. Thundertrap Trainer, or... I think this is worth it. Let's go ahead and do this. They're not running non-basics right now, so I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to leave up 2 blue in case we do snag a 3 steps ahead with our Thundertrap Trainer. Because Auto Tapper was kind of screwing me up there a little bit. It was prioritize... Speaking of land, okay, never mind. And I think we kind of made our bed. We got to sleep in it now, so let's just go in for the other Thundertrap Trainer. See if we can actually snag something this time. Okay, there we go. So we got Elspeth, Smite, and a Parting Gust. You know what? I think Elspeth Smite's actually perfect here. Because we have 1 left over white. And with the Phyrexian Flesh Gorger, they're not going to want any of the smoke, baby. You know what? I would expect nothing less from the evil Yawgmoth to be an evil Roper. Good lord. Good lord. Let's go ahead and edit that out. And got an Elspeth Smite. Looking good. Probably going to rope me again, so we'll see. Yawgmoth, come on, buddy. Better explode. Are they going to explode? They are. Okay, well, I guess we will take it. Nothing you can do.